I love James David's gardens whenever I see them. Thanks for opening up your garden gates to us. Right now we're going to be talking with Cindy Arredondo from Desert to Tropicals. It's a website that offers beautiful succulent plants to the area. And I know that you offer to the public through the website and also through local nurseries, right?
Absolutely. Support your local nursery.
Yeah. Well, Cindy, the plants you brought are just mind-blowing, and I've enjoyed so much just getting to know you talking here on the set. And what I've heard is that you kind of fell into this through your relationship with your husband.
Absolutely. This is his hobby and passion, and we have turned it into a career over the last 10 years.
That's terrific. Now tell me all the different uses that people are putting these plants to and how you're helping kind of people rethink how to do weddings and table arrangements and things like that using these succulents.
Absolutely. Succulents are very versatile and they're very durable, and that makes them great for our climate as well as our decorating needs. So whereas more traditional plants have waned, succulents are becoming more popular, and they are being used in weddings as well as for succulent wreaths and topiaries as opposed to the ivies that most people are familiar with. They also make great patio plants, so you can patioscape with succulents. They can go into the sun, the shade, and even inside.
Well, you talk about patioscaping, and I love that because as people are getting more practical about their lives, they're downsizing, they're not wanting to garden with huge yards, not everybody anyway, and they're looking to do, they want interest, they want to bring some of the life of the outdoors into their lives. They want variety, but they have much more limited space. And you even talk about tablescaping, don't you?
Absolutely. Tablescaping is perfect. So whether you're a student on a fixed budget or you've got a wonderful poolside table you'd like to spruce up, they're perfect because, again, they can take full sun and have more vivid color. They offer an eclectic look, and some are even cold hardy, so you can leave them out year-round and just enjoy them.
Well, you've brought so many cool plants. I really want to jump in, and we're going to start with a hot-looking one. This is one that the color just really jumps out at me, and I would guess this to be a sun lover, just from the look of it.
Absolutely. The more sun, the more red it's going to become. It's a crassula, also known as campfire.
I can see why they call it campfire.
Absolutely. She's blazing out of the pot.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And with more sun, she becomes even more red. And very light on the watering. You could water once a week in the heat of summer and enjoy that color.
Wow. Well, I could see where it would fool a few hummingbirds. They'd probably come check it out, I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just really terrific. And just in addition to the colors on these, the forms and the way they spill out of the pots too is so attractive. The next grouping that we have here, these are all furry-looking little guys. I really love the look of these. And tell me, I know there's a form of calancho in there.
Right. There's two calanchos. There's a calancho tomentosa variety panda ears, which is the silvery gray one. It feels very velvety, so it's great for children to enjoy the texture. Also, the chocolate soldier is the darker, more bronze variety.
Okay.
Then the little one that looks like a cub's paw actually is a cotyledon cub's paw, and it's beautiful. It'll have red ribbing, a little more sun.
I tell you, I love the look of these plants. And tomatos means hairy in the botanical world, and so folks at home, if you can see the sheen on these things. Those are little hairs, and I think kids would love these plants.
Absolutely. Whenever we do a show and kids come around, they want to touch, and a lot of times parents will say, keep your hands free. But it's fabulous to have something that engages them and engages their senses as well.
Yeah.
So children, the seeing impaired, have also, we've been told that they're getting them as a gift for someone who may not be able to visually appreciate them. But texture-wise, they can enjoy the different shapes of the leaves and the velvety smoothness.
That's a great idea. We have a mix of different things over here, and this one, I'm a big fan of the agaves, and this to me looks like a little miniature agave in a pot, and love the form of it. So striking, so architectural.
It is. That's Echeveria agavoides, and it's cold hardy and sun loving, so it's another succulent you can leave out year round, and with bright, bright light, it's going to get more and more red along the tips, and it's fabulous.
Yeah, and this, obviously these are very xeric plants. And we were talking a little while ago, and you gave me some tips about how do you know when to water these? Say you have one in a pot. How do you know when to water and when not to?
Well, when it's in a pot, after you water it, you can feel how heavy the pot is, and you can either wait for it to be completely dry and feel how light it is, or you can look at the plant closely and see that if it looks shriveled like a raisin, it is okay. It just needs to be plumped back up, and so go ahead, douse them really well. A lot of times people think that because it's a xeric plant, watering it will kill it. So they 2 tablespoons of water, and I say no, douse it really well, let it saturate the pot completely, but it'll plump back up and be just fine. If it's a stem succulent, you can actually feel the plant itself, and if it's firm like a potato, then you know that you can just leave it alone, it's set to go. But when it's firm like a tomato and it has just a little bit of give like a perfect tomato, then go ahead and water it. She's ready.
Good tips. Very good tips. Well, we have another plant here. Again, striking form, beautiful color patterning on this. And what are we looking at here?
This is the Zebra Haworthia Bold, and a lot of times customers ask for plants that they can enjoy inside, whether it's in a room that's not very brightly lit, no direct sunlight, or in an office that's just getting fluorescent lighting. And this is an excellent choice. It will cluster, get about 4 to 5 inches in height, and then just pup out at the base. And you can separate those pups and plant them elsewhere, or you can allow it to just fill into the pot. But the color is really striking.
Zebra says it all. It's got a striking pattern to it that's really, really cool. And this one, I love all these grays and the little hints of blue sometimes in these plants. And this is a really nice specimen.
This is an echeveria, and echeverias, they're very versatile as well within their own genus. They some like sun, some like shade. This is a sun-loving one that is also cold hardy, so you can leave it out year-round. Plant it in the garden, it's going to do that same thing as far as spreading goes. Okay.
Well, again, people see the echeverias all over, and I just wanted to hit that. Now, we have something cool here, and I just want to show this. Now, you can knock the leaves off these guys real easy.
They're so sensitive.
They're pretty sensitive about that. But as you were unpacking, we found this. It's a leaf with, and I think the folks can see that pretty clearly with roots. And this is a great way to propagate them, right?
Absolutely. If you ever think you've damaged your plant, in fact, you've only created more. And so if you allow the root, or if you allow the leaf to dry, just leave it down where you found it, it will send out these beneficiary roots, and out pops a new plant. And so never worry you've killed them.
Right. And I have some of these that in crassulas in my garden that are spilling out of pots. Leaves break off and they sprout in the ground underneath, and so now I have them growing all around the pots as well.
Exactly.
Well, so many plants to talk about, and one plant family that I absolutely love are the sansevierias, commonly called mother-in-law's tongue or snake plant.
Right.
And I love this form. It's just, just going in every direction.
This is the mother-in-law's daughter. This is the twisted sister.
Okay.
And her leaves will curl. She makes a great inside succulent, outside, patio in the shade. But they get about 12 to 16 inches in height. Yeah. And continue popping out babies.
Well, I just love these. And again, these grow indoors. They grow in patios and in shaded protection.
Exactly.
And just a super house plant.
A really bright office plant. A lot of times when people have plants in their office, it's
boring.
It is. And so this offers you a little bit of a blonde twist. And so with the variegation, you can definitely tell a plant will like less sun. And sansevierias, they would love office spaces.
Right. Well, we've been talking about crassulas. Here's another form of crassula, right?
Graptopetalum.
Oh, graptopetalum. Okay. All right. Well, and great form again.
Graptopetalum rosum. This is becoming more and more popular in gardens because when people have a place where everything else will die, These will actually flourish, and so with more sun they will become more colorful, less sun they will become more green, but cold hardy, you can plant them and forget them.
Well, great colors, so many different forms. I'm going to have to grab this one because we're running out of time, but this is a Kalanchoe, folks. Absolutely spectacular. And again,
Kalanchoe thricefolia.
Yeah.
This is also known as a paddle plant, or obviously a lobster tail, and
Okay.
with bright light, more red.
it's deserttotropicals.com.
Desert to tropics.
Deserttotropix.com. Okay.
sir.
And we really appreciate you coming on board, and hope
Thank you.
you get a lot of visitors for all these cool plants, which are, again, available at lots of local nurseries.
Absolutely. Just go to your local nursery and ask for Desert to Tropics succulents.
All right. Thanks very much, Cindy. And coming up next, it's Skip.